Okay. Hey guys, Rick Classic Gamer here. We ain't doing no goddamn gaming video. It's a try not to laugh. Let's go.
Who's Mike?
Today my teacher announced to the class that we were gonna do a Kahoot. I threw my bag of Cheeto Puffs in the air and screamed because I was so excited. I knew I was going to win the Kahoot. Everyone else looked at me like I was on drugs because of how hyper I was. They all knew that I was gonna win since I had never lost a game of
Oh, one more thing. I can only laugh up to 3 times. And if I laugh 3 times, then the video ends.
Before the game started and I was obviously the first to join. My username was Kahoot Master 235 of course.
Are
Most people joined in so the teacher started the game. Some people didn't join because they knew I was gonna win. There were 15 questions. I was in the lead but when I saw the leaderboard, this kid with the username You're Gonna Lose Sophia 89 was really close behind me. Everyone was cheering them on because they wanted to see me fail. I was like oh hell no ratatata that ain't gonna happen. I couldn't lose my streak of winning. I got the 10th question wrong but You're Gonna Lose Sophia 89 got it right so they went up to first place and I went to second. I did well the rest of the game and when it announced the winners, I was in fucking second place and they crippled stretched Ed Sheeran cereal box stanky ho brick eating cockastain mama hippo Jojo Siwa on steroids bitch won. Everyone was applauding them and I realized it was Becky Nucky. I decided since everyone was laughing, I let out the most wubble double bubble hubble nubble mubble pubble lubble cubble zubble shit. It managed to make the school catch on fire. Everyone evacuated and everyone was covered in smoke. Everyone apologized to me for laughing at me. It turned out I had bowel cancer and I had to go to the doctor since my asshole had 3rd-degree burns. Today my teacher announced to the class that we were gonna do a Kahoot. I threw my bag of my friend Sean were having a Takis mukbang in history. Then our wrinkly ass substitute teacher told us we weren't allowed to eat. Like bitch you're the sub how the fuck you gonna tell us the classroom rules when this ain't even your class. Anyways, we put the Takis away and a few minutes later I wasn't feeling so good and I asked to go to the bathroom. Mr. Ramen said wait until Justin comes back. Like motherfucker, Justin ain't gonna come back that bean takes forever in the bathroom. So I sat back down and held it in. A few minutes later Justin came back and I sprinted and took the pass. Then it was too late. I farted and oh my god it smelled so bad the entire class passed out. I ran into the hall to get to the bathroom and shit was pouring out of my ass like a garden hose. Then the school went on lockdown but I said fuck it and went to the bathroom to clean up my shit. While I was in the bathroom the police came into the spot in the hall where I shitted. Turns out my shit was so loud they thought there was a shooter in the school and I got admitted into Takis rehab. My friend Sean were having a Takis A few days ago my mom asked me if I know what WAP means. She said she sees it all over Facebook and that she's tired of it. I said it means waffles and pancakes and that's what I'm going to make for breakfast. She said oh yum and walked off. I ended up making them because I promised even though I know that's not what WAP stands for. She ate them and loved them and she put a picture up of me when I was making them. She captioned it I just gobbled up my daughter's WAP. It was scrumptious.
Oh, no.
People were laughing in the comment section and she didn't know why. She was replying back to everyone saying what's wrong with eating my daughter's WAP. The post got removed because of community guidelines.
Oh, thank God.
A few days ago my mom asked me if I know what WAP means. She said she sees it all over. All better buckle up because this one's a ride. One day when I was 11 my mom let me use her laptop so I can study for my classes and shit. I got so bored while studying so I decided to go on some frisky websites. Until this ad popped up. It said congratulations you've won a free. One time when I was 10 I went on Omegle because I was a loser and had no friends. I used the video chat option and everyone kept skipping me. Until someone didn't. His screen was black. I said hi but he only responded through the Omegle text. I said why aren't you talking and showing yourself and he said he's very shy. He told me his name was Jeremy and he is also 10 years old. We were just chatting about school and stuff. When he suddenly asked me for my address, I didn't think twice about it and I literally sent him my entire address.
What?
And then it said stranger has disconnected. A few days passed and I didn't think anything of it, until a letter slipped under our front door. It said from Jeremy in big letters. My mom was in the shower so I opened it up and it said hi, it's Jeremy. I'm coming over tonight so we can hang out. I literally got so excited so I ran upstairs and started wearing my clothes that didn't have stains. My mom finished showering and asked me why I'm wearing my church clothes, and I told her a friend is coming over. The doorbell rang and my mom dramatically gasped and said but you have no friends. And I said that was until today bitch. And I strutted towards the front door. I put my hand on the doorknob and that's when my mom screamed wait. One time my mom went to the one and only Asda so bitch do I have a motherfucking story for you. So she went to Asda and went to buy me a new bottle since my other one broke. I swear to God I started shitting tears when it broke. Anyways, she came home and when she whipped out that beautiful bottle I looked at it in joy and my nipples hardened. It was a pink jiggly wiggly squiggly giggly wiggery tiddly, long like a willy hickory trickory rickety bottle. Each day I fiddle with it and jiggle it around and each time I see my best friends they start jiggling the bottle because it's fun and bitch do we have an amazing time. Can't wait to see her again. So one time my mom, I'm Debbie and this is my story. One day I was in my English class watching a movie about Shakespeare. I had beans and coffee before school. The most deadliest combination. It wasn't even that long before my stomach started rumbling when I got into class. The movie was really loud and I sat at the back of the class, so I thought it would be my perfect chance to let out the most bubbly fart so no one could hear it over the sound of the movie. As soon as I was about to do it, my teacher paused the movie to explain a scene, and that's when I let out the most soggy doggy, butchered froggy, shit comes out loggy, made the room foggy, so loud you would think it was the 4th of July. I swear to God, one kid sitting next to the window opened the blinds because he thought he heard a thunderstorm outside.
What?
I dropped my books on the floor in hope of a save, thinking that people would have thought the sound was my books dropping. But that's when the creamy lumps fell out of my pants onto the floor. I ran out crying to the bathroom and called my mom, and she took me home and got me new clothes. I had to go back to school the next day and everyone was laughing at me and was calling me Diarrhea Debbie. I'm Debbie and this is my story. One day I was in my English class watching a movie about Shakespeare. I had beans and coffee before school. One sunny morning I woke up I don't go to in-person school. I stay online and do school on Zoom. I thought being online was very convenient because I could bring my tablet anywhere with me and still be in school. One time when I was on my lunch break, my mom went to get me a taco from Taco Bell because my other option was McDisgusting, and God knows that I would rather die than to eat that shit. I went to go get my food from the kitchen and went up to join my class because my lunch break was over. I was eating the taco and all of a sudden my stomach started to boom boom shakalaka grumble bumble. In my head I was just like, I can just bring my tablet to the bathroom with me while I shit. So I did that. I placed my tablet against the wall facing me and I took a shit. The shit literally shot out of my asshole faster than the earth could orbit around the sun. I did the most runny gunny, faster than a bunny, bees making honey. It spent my money. I was far from done. I wasn't funny. Chubby bunny, outside was sunny, extremely smelly, wiggled like jelly, traumatized Kelly, welly belly belly, fly in a heli, cell phone telly, scared my cat Shelly, petroleum jelly. People started laughing but I thought the teacher said something funny. Then the teacher said, Sophia, you had all of lunch break to use the bathroom and you choose to not only do it during class but to also show us all too. I froze for a good 3 seconds because of how embarrassed I was. I fell face first into the floor and left the Zoom and turned my tablet off. I stayed there with my face in the floor for like 3 minutes just taking in what I just did. I didn't go back to school for like 3 weeks. When I decided to go back, people called me Sophia Diarrhea. Since I don't go to in-person school, I stay online.
Hear me out. I love Zodiac posts. You know, they're pretty relatable, they're interesting, it's all just a bit of fun. I mean, I enjoy seeing what other sign my soulmate is and that sort of stuff. But sometimes there has to be a limit. Sometimes people make it their whole personality trait, which is a little annoying. They'd be spilling their water and go like, oops, I'm such an Aquarius. I'm so quirky. Or trip someone up and go like, I'm so sorry. Ugh, I'm such a Capricorn bull. No, Abigail. It's not funny. Stop. Hear me out. I love Zodiac posts.
I can tell y'all my sign if y'all want. We will just, unless y'all, you know, watch my TikTok. But I'm a Libra. Alright.
One day I was sitting on the bus with my grandma. I took her out for breakfast and we went shopping and whatnot. My grandma is deaf and she had her hearing aid off in the bus. While we were watching out the window, I think the big breakfast I ate tore up my stomach because I let out the most aggressive asshole tearing fart so big and powerful the bus window shattered and all 4 tires went flat. The fart was so violent it split my scrotum in half and it melted my grandma's hearing aid into the side of her head. It was so powerful the bus started swerving and the bus emergency alarm started going off. The girls on the bus started crying and calling the police, but my whole ripping fart wouldn't stop. It was going so strong that the bus steel started melting and the old couple sitting at the back of the bus died of a stroke. The bus was swerving like crazy because of my demonic weather-changing fart busting all the tires. The fart started bringing in rain clouds and we had a massive thunderstorm and the thunder started striking the bus every few seconds. I saw a few people jump out of the windows to escape my paranormal fart and they all were rolling on the side of the road and some of them got hit by passing cars. The bus ran out of fuel and it stopped in the middle of my thunderstorm diarrhea and it finally ended. Everyone turned and looked at me while sobbing and I said to my grandma, I can't believe you shit yourself. I apologized to everyone and said sorry, my grandma has bowed. One day I was sitting on the bus with my grandma.
One
time I was in my room listening to CPR by Cupcake, when my mom suddenly ran inside and began rapidly asking me what song is this. I said it's not what you think, it's educational and my teachers assigned me to listen to it. And my mother said that sounds like a wonderful idea. She asked me what song is it.
Do not search up CPR by Cupcake. If y'all watch Ben of the Week, then y'all know what it is.
Who sings it? So I told her. Then she ran to her room and grabbed her iPad. I didn't give a shit at this point, so I unpaused the song and started throwing it back on my stuffed bear. When my phone suddenly dinged, it was a new tweet from my mom. I opened it up and was shocked to see what she wrote. Please listen to CPR by Cupcake. It could save a life. Listen to her methods and give CPR to anyone, all ages. If my daughter ever needs help, I'll turn on CPR by Cupcake and use all the methods on her. Don't forget it involves your mouth. And don't be afraid to get sloppy as it could save a life. I ran into her room and told her to take the tweet down. And my mom said now she wants to educate the youth. The tweet was removed for violating guidelines and the police are now investigating our home. One time I was in—
Better scramble like an egg before you get folded like an omelet, nigga. Ooh, that brother's floating in the air.
How are you spinning like that?
Scramble like an egg before you get folded like an omelet, nigga.
How's that even possible?
One time I was at my grandma's because she was helping me with the school bake sale. She was asking me if I had any ideas on what to make,
Oh,
and I thought
no.
it would be funny to prank her. I said make what? And she said what? I said it stands for warm apple pies. And her nipples hardened in joy. She began whipping up a batch of apple pies like her life depended on it, and I went and sat in my room. I came back out an hour later and saw she had a whole tray of apple pies and she wrote WAP all over them. And she made WAP banners. I told her it was just a joke and it's not what she thinks it means. And she slapped me across the face and told me not to get involved. She set up her spot at my school's bake sale and started screaming, "Come eat my WAP, kids. Please come here and try my delicious warm WAP. WAP, 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 WAP." Everyone started laughing at her, but at the end of the day she racked up the most sales out of all the soccer moms there. She later spray painted WAP on her old creepy van and she now drives around the neighborhood screaming, "Come up to my van and try my WAP," to innocent children playing in their front yards.
Them poor
One time I
kids
was
are
at my grandma's
traumatized.
I'm pretty sure my parents have very selective hearing. I would be there minding my own
Relatable.
business, doing my own thing, right? And then I would hear my mom screaming my names from the bottom of the stairs. So I would go like, "What?" really loudly. And so many times, but she literally wouldn't be able to hear me. Then I would have to go down and my mom would just be there asking, "Oh, what are you doing?" But when it's like 2 a.m. in the morning and I'm calling my friends, whispering, barely making a sound, basically just breathing, she would already be storming to my bedroom, half asleep, yelling at me to shut up. How does this work? I'm pretty sure.
One day my family and I were going to the beach and we decided to bring our dog. The ride was about 2 hours, so I brought a pillow and a luscious blanket because it got a little bit chilly. So we were about 30 minutes away from our destination and I got a little bit hot, so I took my blanket off and then I realized my dog did the most. Sobby bobby robby nobby blobby gloppy moppy loppy loggy soggy doggy came out hard, made the car foggy rubble fucking shit. I swear to God I jumped out of the car while my dad was still driving, and while I did that I saw my motherfucking stupid ass bitch dog smirking at me and I wanted to yeet my dog out of the car too. I started crying and throwing up, but I suffered minor injuries. Anyways, my dog has bowel cancer. One time we had a show and tell. I brought some of my squishies because they were popular. Slime and squishies were both popular that year. I brought my rarest and most expensive squishies because I was dedicated to win the show and tell. The teacher said,
When were squishies and slime popular? Hang on.
Where shave is quick and easy as washing your face. If I just put the electric where I need to, it won't happen. Oh, this opened up. Okay? I don't know what just happened, but it happened. Oh, okay.
Since like 2011. Okay.
they would win something out of the prize box. These kids were bringing the most basic boring shit ever, like this one kid named Chattanooga who brought these ugly crusty ass rocks they said were found on the moon. I've seen that rock in my front yard, so shut the fuck up. This other kid brought their stained white Crocs. What the fuck is so special about those dusty ancient moldy off-brand athlete's foot dunker monkey cock stain offensive Crocs? When they took their croc off their foot I could smell it from the back of the class. It smelled funky,
God
dunker,
dang it, I
dunker,
failed.
funky, chunky, smelly, new